Welcome back to my channel, WWE Universe, because the moment everyone has been anticipating, speculating about, and quietly debating for months has finally arrived. This is the night when whispers turn into truths, when shadows are dragged into the light, and when the unanswered questions surrounding Survivor Series are no longer allowed to hide behind silence. The so-called ghost that haunted the company since that unforgettable night has finally been given a face, and shockingly, it belongs to someone very few truly believed could be at the center of it all. Tonight on Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar made their thunderous return, not just to shake the foundations of WWE, but to rip away the mask of the mystery man once and for all. What they revealed will echo through WWE history for years to come, and before we go any further, this is your moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell because the conspiracy that has consumed the WWE Universe ends right here, right now. From the moment the show began, the arena was alive with a restless and chaotic energy, the kind that lingers after something monumental has already occurred. John Cena's emotional farewell still hung heavy in the air, leaving fans torn between gratitude, sadness, and uncertainty about what the future holds. That emotional earthquake left cracks everywhere, and through those cracks poured rumors, theories, and accusations. Superstars walked backstage and down the ramp with wary eyes, casting suspicious glances at one another, unsure of who could be trusted. Every interaction felt tense, every smile forced, every alliance questionable. The locker room had become a breeding ground for paranoia, and no one embodied that growing sense of dominance and menace more than Braun Breaker. As the main event segment unfolded, Breaker stood tall in the ring after yet another brutal and decisive victory. His physical presence alone sent a clear message that he was building something unstoppable, something meant to define the future of WWE. With confidence bordering on arrogance, he spoke about power, legacy, and the new era he believed he was shaping. His alliance with the mysterious vision only seemed to amplify his authority, giving him the sense that nothing and no one could stop what he was becoming. But just as his words echoed through the arena, the lights suddenly went out. This time, it wasn't the familiar digital distortion associated with the vision. There were no flickering screens or cryptic symbols. Instead, it was a deep, suffocating darkness, the kind that signals something far more primal and dangerous. The crowd knew instantly what that darkness meant. Then it hit. The unmistakable roar of Brock Lesnar's music exploded through the arena, shaking the rafters and sending shockwaves through the audience. The beast incarnate emerged, marching toward the ring with that cold, focused intensity that has terrified generations of competitors. But Lesnar wasn't alone. Walking beside him, clutching a folder like it contained the secrets of the universe, was Paul Heyman. His face wore a knowing smirk, one of supreme satisfaction, as if the chaos unfolding was exactly what he had planned all along. For months, WWE had been plagued by a problem that seemed impossible to solve. An attacker without a face, a motive without a name, and a conspiracy that seeped into every corner of the company. From the brutal events inside the cage at Survivor Series to the calculated assaults that followed on Raw, this phantom operated without consequence. No one could pin him down. No one could prove anything. Authority figures were left grasping at theories, and superstars found themselves questioning everyone around them. Triple H himself appeared trapped in a cycle of investigation and frustration, while even the newest recruits felt the weight of the uncertainty. WWE had become a place where trust no longer existed, and the real danger wasn't just the attacks, but the fear they created. That fear left a void, and as history has shown time and time again, nature despises a vacuum. In WWE, that vacuum is always filled by someone who thrives on chaos and manipulation. That man is Paul Heyman. As Lesnar stood silently behind him like an immovable force of destruction, Heyman stepped into the ring and took control of the moment. His voice boomed across the arena as he declared that the speculation was over. No more rumors, no more guesswork, no more imaginary villains crafted by desperate minds. He told the WWE Universe that they had begged for a boogeyman, that they had created demons in their own heads, but the truth was far more unsettling. The demon was never hiding in the shadows. He was right there in plain sight, waiting patiently for the perfect moment to become more than unrealized potential. Heyman then opened the folder he carried, revealing what he described as the simplest contract imaginable. It wasn't poetic or complex. It was transactional. Climb the cage at Survivor Series. Execute the move when the moment presents itself. Secure the victory at all costs. The beneficiary of that contract wasn't chaos for chaos's sake. It was an investment, an asset, the vision. As Heyman spoke, the weight of his words began to settle in. This wasn't a random act of violence. It wasn't personal revenge or mindless destruction. It was business. Calculated, cold, and meticulously planned. Heyman then turned his attention toward the stage and issued a command rather than an invitation. He told the man responsible to come out and collect the hero's welcome he had earned. The arena fell into a tense silence as the familiar ominous synth of the Mystery Man's theme began to play. Out walked the hooded figure who had haunted WWE for months. But something was different. His stride was confident, almost cocky. There was no hesitation, no attempt to hide. He moved like someone who knew exactly where he belonged. He entered the ring and positioned himself between Heyman and Lesnar, the tension so thick it felt like the entire building was holding its breath. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. Heyman sneered as he addressed the audience, reminding them that they wanted a name and demanded a face. With perfect timing, the hood came off, and the truth was revealed. Austin Theory stood there, fully exposed, no longer a mystery but a statement. The reaction was immediate and explosive. Shock, disbelief, and realization collided in an instant. All the clues, all the near misses, all the moments fans had overlooked suddenly made sense. Theory wasn't just involved. He was the centerpiece. Under the guidance of Paul Heyman and protected by Brock Lesnar, Austin Theory was no longer just a promising star. He was unleashed. This wasn't about potential anymore. This was about power, positioning, and the beginning of something far more dangerous. Heyman framed Theory not as a pawn, but as an investment that was finally ready to pay dividends. With Lesnar looming behind him, Theory's expression said it all. The fear was gone, replaced by confidence and ambition. The WWE Universe was left with one question echoing through the arena and across the world. If this was the reveal, if this was the end of the mystery, then what nightmare comes next? Alliances have shifted. Trust has been shattered. The era of uncertainty may be over, but in its place stands an era of calculated chaos. This is only the beginning. Make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss the fallout from this explosive reveal. Hit the like button, let us know in the comments.